Hello besties, welcome to another beautiful lovely day. As you guys saw, I just added something new to my summer bucket list, which is aerial silk yoga. I recently tried it for the first time and it was so much fun. I will share more on that later on in this video, but this leads me to something that I want to address, the elephant in the room. Call myself out because I have not been posting as consistently as I would like to. I just have not been at my best creatively, and I was trying to take some time to figure out why, and honestly I think it has a lot to do with just how heavy this world feels, because my creativity sparks off of joy, and when joy feels wrong creatively, I'm just not there. I miss it though. I miss my creativity. I used to view life through the lens of a camera. Like, I would go for a walk and I would be imagining an aerial shot of me walking, or I'd see like this certain angle or this cut, and it went away. And I'm so sad that it went away, but I know that I can find it again, and I just need to get started, because what do we always say on this channel? That the only way to get through it is to get through it. You have to start. So I'm trying to get the ball rolling again, find my creativity, and what has been helping me is honestly this summer bucket list. Like, it has forced me to get out of the house. Normally in the summertime, I just sulk indoors, feel bad all summer long, but I said, not this summer. I'm enjoying it. So I have been challenging myself to try new things, get outdoors, and just continuing to enjoy life. And my creativity is mine. Like, nobody can take that away from me. And so that's why I want to relight that spark, because I have so far allowed other things to take it away from me, and I want it back. I wanted to ask you guys to let me know what sort of videos you want to see from me, or what videos you like seeing from me, just to kind of help me get the ball rolling and start, thinking creatively again. I'm also thinking of rereading The Artist Way again, but we are going to go to Barnes & Nobles later, so I'm going to see if I can find any books possibly on creativity that might help me. We're gonna do our skincare. My skincare has pretty much stayed the same. I always start off with the ordinary niacinamide, and I do such a small drop, honestly. I feel like if you add too much, it gets a little soapy. Okay, I think I did a little too little. And really, I just focus it on my T-zone area. And then my bangs always go this way, and then you just kind of flick them out this way. And then sometimes I have to go in twice, because the first time around it doesn't really do what I want it to. And then next we do a little reviving eye gel. I do not know how to pronounce this brand. Maybe it's Do, actually. I don't know, but I really like this brand. It feels so luxurious. Really like this brand. It's so hydrating. Like, I can instantly feel it. I love the gel texture. I used to use the cream ones, and they're very moisturizing. However, this hydrating one, my skin has been loving it recently. Then for my moisturizer, I use the same brand. I think it's pronounced Dew, but I might still be wrong. I don't know. This is their Instant Angel Lipid Rich Facial Moisturizer. Oh my god, so many and it's fragrance free, which I love. This one is so good. Also, like, I'm a sucker for packaging, and I love how simple and beautiful this packaging is. So I just do the littlest amount. It is so moisturizing. It goes a long way. Actually, this is a lot, but look at, see, that's too much. You don't need that much. Try to put it under the bangs without moving them, but sometimes when they have a mind of their own like this at the end, I just wet them if they're dried up a little bit, and then clip them down to sort of tame them. And lastly, just a little lip balm to moisturize my lips. time to enjoy breakfast. I just did a little yogurt bowl and I'm gonna sit here and read a little bit. I've been reading this book. It is honestly very cheesy, but I'm really enjoying it. A coworker of mine actually put me on because I told her I'd been wanting to read a book, but more so a fiction book than nonfiction, because you guys know I just recently finished reading The Lethem Theory, and I love myself a good self-help book. But I don't know, I've just kind of been craving a fiction book. And funnily enough, it's like we're trading secrets here. She put me onto a book, and then I put her on to adding apples to her yogurt, which she really liked it too. I'm telling you guys, it's so good. If you haven't tried it yet, what are you waiting for? It is such a nice texture change when you're eating Greek yogurt, because you know, you can only do, well, at least for me personally, I can only do mushy for so long before I get grossed out, but adding in the apples adds a nice little crunch to it. And it's so yummy and refreshing. So this is what I ended up getting. It is a workbook for The Artist Way, which you guys know I have already read. It's pretty neat because it has a bunch of different prompts that you can either like write. I had seen one where you cut out a magazine and then kind of make like a collage. So this will be fun to work on as I read The Artist Way book. So I will let you guys know if it's worth it or not. Now we are headed to Albertsons because we are craving a little sandwich and soup moment. So we're gonna pick up some French bread, some deli meats, and then we can probably get the queso fresco from there.
Oh yeah.
We can just get the mexicano. Because we want some caldo de papas with queso fresco. Time to get started on the cooking. So we are going to be making some caldo de papas con queso fresco. So I'm just going to start chopping up the potatoes. I also tried to call my mom earlier so she can walk me through this because I have not made caldo de papas in a while. I could use some of her guidance, but she ignored my call. So we are going to hope that my ancestors are here with me today, guiding me through here. And then the onion is honestly where I'm very concerned because I genuinely don't remember how much I need of the onion. Also, I'm gonna try to not talk through this portion because I'm gonna try to stop breathing so that I don't start crying. I can't hold my breath for that long. Okay. See, the hard part here is I don't know if I just leave it like this or if I'm supposed to chop it up. I'm gonna chop it up because I don't want it like that. And then my mom taught me a trick to tell if this is spicy or not. Basically, smell it. If it smells more green, it's not that spicy.
It smells green.
Yes.
You smell the color.
You've never smelt it? It smells like
You've never smelled green.
You've never smelled green? That's crazy. It's kind of like, it smells like a vegetable versus it doesn't smell spicy. Not my mom ignoring me.
That's really crazy that she's ignoring you.
She probably forgot. No, she had her phone. I called her when she was leaving.
Yes.
Hi, Dad. You're a real one.
Yes, what happened?
Where's my mom? Where's my mom?
Sit right there.
What the heck? Is my phone not ringing? I mean, her phone not ringing?
Ya lo dije que se fríe un poquito toda la verdura.
Okay.
Y luego le echa la papa.
Okay. I'm gonna start by cooking the tomato, the onion, and the chile. I'm gonna let it fry for a little bit, and then I will toss in the papa. Okay, little trick my mom taught me. So for the leftover papas, I'm gonna save these so that I can have them tomorrow morning with some chorizo or by themselves. But to save them so they don't get all brown, just put some water and salt. It will give it some extra flavoring and they won't turn brown. A little bit of salt. Okay, we'll start off by adding just a teaspoon of salt. We could always add more later on, but we always start with a little bit. Some garlic powder. And some consomme or chicken bouillon. Okay. My ancestors said yummy, huh? So we'll stop there and we can always add more later on. Just give it a little swirl. And now we let her cook. While that cooks over there, we are going to cut up the queso fresco. We're gonna throw this on at the very end. It doesn't really need to cook, like you could literally throw it in there once you have served yourself the bowl. But it's just a little extra yummy though if you cook it for the slightest amount of time, and then it gets all extra nice and soft. So we're just gonna cut it down into little squares. You like the stance?
Yeah.
She is sizzling. Okay. Let's first do the fork test. I don't think that they are nice and soft. They feel a little hard, but oh, yeah, they're almost done. You see how easily the fork goes in? Okay. We will let it cook then for a little while longer. But let's give the caldo a taste just to see if we need to add any more salt to it. Okay, it needs more salt. Okay, we're gonna add in more consomme because this is already salty, plus it has a nice flavor. So we're gonna add a little bit more.
What would you do if that thing fell in the soup? Your phone fell in the soup.
My phone?
Yeah.
Cry.
Cry.
Duh.
Dude, that would be the funniest thing ever.
Are you praying for my downfall?
No,
What
but
the
I hope
hell?
it doesn't. But like, if it does, because that's like crazy.
Perfect, Papa, now. I don't really want the butt.
I want the butt. A little more straight up. There.
Took the easy way out and got some pre-cut lettuce. What is this?
It's just jalapenos and purple onion.
Okay, we'll just do like the tiniest, like 2 slices of each. Food is running. Let's give it a taste test. We're gonna try the sandwich first. She's pretty hefty. Cheers. Mmm.
Sandwich is good?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And the onion drenched in lemon.
Adds a nice fresh flavor, huh?
Mm-hmm. I feel like this was such a good meal option. The caldito turned out pretty good. The sandwich is good. And I was never one to hate making caldos in the summertime because I know people always complain saying that it's so hot. But right now I'm sweating. I don't know if it's because I was moving around. I don't know if it's because I was the one cooking or if it's my period or all 3 things together. But I'm still enjoying it, okay? We have made it to the yoga studio and I'm so excited. I've always wanted to try aerial yoga, but I've been nervous because, I mean, I'm not that great at regular yoga. So now imagine me lifted off of the floor in a cocoon style blanket, begging for my life, hoping I can lift myself up. I don't know. It looks scary. I saw this photo and I was like, I really do not think I can do that. But we're gonna go in with an open mind and hope for the best, honestly. As you guys know, it is my summer of trying new things. Normally every summer I hibernate indoors. I don't do much. I just wait until the fall, the winter to begin enjoying my life again. And this summer I said it's going to be different. I'm going to be more adventurous, try new things, be more outdoors, and I'm doing just that. And I'm having so much fun checking things off of my bucket list. So I am so excited, cannot wait. I'll bring you guys along with me if they let me. I don't know if I can record in there or not, but we shall see. Oh my god, I'm so nervous and excited. Also, I'm such a nails girly now. Like, I'm obsessed with doing my nails. I already have my next nail appointment booked. Let's do a quick recap. It was so much fun. I will do it again and again and again and again. Like, I loved hanging upside down. At first, it was scary. Like, the whole class was harder than I thought, but easier than I thought at the same time. It was harder because I don't have the strength built just yet, but obviously, like, whenever you do something new, you have to have grace for yourself and just go in and enjoy it. Like, you're not going to be perfect right off the bat, but it was easier because it's more of a mental battle than a strength battle, because the hardest exercise was literally just hanging like this because I did not have the strength. Like, I think I need to build a lot more core strength because I was just struggling with my arms and I think I was putting more pressure on my back. But the hanging upside down, so easy. Once I got past the mental side of it, of like the little fear of what if I fall, it was so easy and I wanted to keep doing it. Literally, I wanted to keep hanging there. I thought I was gonna feel all of the blood rush to my head, and at first I did, but all you have to do is breathe. And like, it was so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. I want to do it again. Also, I love how big this is. Like, I genuinely love big things. It's so silly, but like, oversized spoon, oversized fork, oversized anything. Like, I just love it because it makes me feel tiny, like a little fairy. I was reading a little bit of the introduction here, and it was talking about how you will get out of this what you put into it. And that is something that I feel like is so true in all aspects of life. You know, there are always people that are going to think things are silly or that they don't work, and you kind of have to stop and ask yourself, is this what they think or is this what I think? Because sometimes you can avoid doing something or turn something down because of other people's experiences. Like, maybe somebody could have done this and said it didn't work, and so then you just don't try it because that person said it didn't work, so it doesn't work. But yet, let's say you did try it and then this was the best thing that ever happened to you. But you wouldn't know that unless you actually decided to try it out for yourself and not just go based off of other people's opinions. Because sometimes people half-ass things, or people want to give up when something doesn't go right, and then they let that cloud their judgment and decide that something doesn't work, that something's not good, because they didn't get the results that they wanted. But maybe they didn't wait long enough, maybe they didn't try hard enough, maybe they just didn't go in with an open mind, and so things just didn't seem to work out. But that is why I will always recommend that you find out for yourself. Try things for yourself and come to your own conclusions, and don't let other people's opinions, outcomes cloud your personal experience. And so I'm going to try this with an open mind, and I'm excited. I will work through every single page as if my life depended on it. Time to sit down, do my little morning routine, and now I have a new little addition to my morning routine. This is so fun. It genuinely feels like the equivalent of sitting down to read your newspaper because of how massive this is. You guys know I love to read self-help extra slow, and this just kind of backs up why I like to read it extra slow. And then it's a good reminder because, you know, one of the things that they teach in the artist states is to do morning pages every day, and the morning pages actually consist of 3 whole pages, which seems like a lot, and it is, because I mean I struggle with just writing a little paragraph, but that is the very reason why you have to write the 3 pages. So let me read to you what it says right here, and then it'll make sense. But Julia, asked Marv, a salesman and a type A personality, do the pages really need to be written longhand? That's so slow. Yes, it is slow, and that is part of what is good for us. By slowing down, we connect to our emotions and our intuitions. As a society, we are addicted to velocity, and we tend to think that faster is better, but it isn't always. When we write by hand, it is the equivalent of driving slow. At 55 miles per hour, we notice our surroundings. We are aware of how we feel. We say, there's an Exxon station. My exit is coming up. When we write by computer, our thoughts and realizations tend to whiz past us. Just like driving 75 miles per hour and wondering, oh my God, was that my exit? I think that was such a beautiful example and reminds me why I need to slow down, because as I am writing my morning pages, sometimes I'm literally forcing myself and writing so fast because I just need to get on to the next thing. And then I tend to do that throughout the day, but this is such a good reminder to just slow down. And especially in this moment that I have created for myself, this little morning routine, because it is my moment to slow down, to be here for me. So I needed that reminder. Let's make some breakfast. This is not the right lid, but I'm going to cover it up. That way the potato can get nice and soft, and then once we take it off, it'll fry and get nice and crispy. So I took the papas out, and I'm going to cook the chorizo, and then I'll add the papas back in here once the chorizo is all nice and cooked. I don't need too much because I don't have a lot of potatoes. Two perfect tortillas left.